Hi friends, I'm Manoj again back with a new grammar lesson for you. It's object in the sentence. So we write sentences, we say sentences. But some of us do not know what object is in a sentence and what about object in a sentence. So let's go on. In brief, we are going to learn. So how to know it's an object? Number one. Number two, what word or phrase can be an object in a sentence? Number three, what are the different types of object? Number four, what are the different positions of object in a sentence? And the last one is the definition of object. Now we'll see how to know it's an object in a sentence. Number one, just there are 3 points we should remember. Number one is if who, whom or what question comes next to the verb in a sentence, it's called object. Okay, again I'm telling, if who, whom or what question comes next to the verb in a sentence, we'll say it's object in the sentence. For example, Ram killed Ravan. Here killed is the verb group and next to the verb group Ravan comes. So Ram killed Ravan. Ram killed who? Who did Ram kill? The answer is Ravan. So Ravan is the object here. Second example, Ravan kidnapped Sita. Ravan kidnapped whom? Whom did Ravan kidnap? Whom did Ravan kidnap? So obviously the answer is Sita. Next to the verb group, kidnapped is the verb, and next to that Sita comes. So here whom question comes for Sita. Sita is the object. Third, Ram killed a snake. Ram killed a snake. Killed is the verb group. Next to the verb group, a snake. The noun phrase comes, and for a snake, for the noun phrase a snake, what question comes? So what must be the question here? Ram killed what? What did Ram kill? So answer is Ram killed a snake. So a snake is the object in the sentence. So again I am telling, if who or whom or what question comes next to the verb in the sentence, so it's called object. Here killed is the verb, kidnapped is the verb, killed is the verb, and next to all these verb groups. So Ravan in the first sentence, second sentence Sita, third sentence. So a snake, these are called to the objects. But one exception is there. Although what or who question comes just next to the verb in a sentence, still we do not say it object. So why? We'll see what's the reason behind that. In spite of what or who question after the verb, if it is the same as the subject, it is not object in the sentence. Let's take the examples. Ram is a teacher. Here, teacher is the answer to the question what? What is Ram? Ram is what? What is Ram? A teacher is the answer, but it's not called to be the object in the sentence. Rather, we'll say it's complement. Second example, he is my brother. So, who is he? He is who? Answer is my brother. So question is who? Answer is my brother. But here he and my brother are the same person. In the first example, Ram and a teacher are the same person. So we do not say it's object in the sentence. In the first sentence, a teacher is not object, rather it's complement. In the second sentence, my brother is not object, rather it's complement. So an object is always different from the subject. Ram and a teacher are the same person. He and my brother are the same person. So I'll say these are not objects. So number three, although this is not an exception here, still we have to keep at the back of our minds only as we have been learning. So what, who or whom question function as object. Only what, who or whom question function as object, but no other question functions as object. Let's take the examples. He goes to school every day. Here for to school, where question comes? He goes where every day? Where does he go every day? So answer is to school. So to school is not object here. Second example, my mother gets up early in the morning. So question is my mother gets up when? When does your mother get up? Answer is early in the morning, but early in the morning is not object because when question comes here, she slept to be relaxed. She slept. Why? Why question comes? Answer is to be relaxed. Why did she sleep? So to be relaxed is the answer to that. So it's not object. He eats too much. How much question comes? He eats how much? How much does he eat? So answer is too much. As how much question comes for too much. It's not object in the sentence. They dance beautifully. They dance how? How do they dance? Answer is beautifully. So it's not object because it's not the question of what, who or whom question, how question comes. Answer is beautifully. It's not object in the sentence. Twinkle is tall. The last sentence, twinkle is tall. So what is twinkle like? Answer is tall. Twinkle is tall. Tall is the answer here. It's not what question or whom question or who question, but what like question. So it's not object in the sentence. We have to just remember all these rules. So now we come to the second point. What word or phrase can be an object in a sentence? So the answer is very simple. So a noun or noun phrase. Second, object form of the pronoun. Infinitive, to infinitive, especially to infinitive. Fourth, gerund. Fifth, clause. And sixth one is adjectives, provided it should be the plus adjective. All these function as object in a sentence. So now we'll go one after another. So noun or noun phrase. He has seen Sophia or his friend today. Sophia is a noun, his friend is a noun phrase. So here Sophia is the object, his friend is also object. Because who question comes here or whom question comes here? Who has he seen? Whom has he seen? So answer is Sophia or his friend. So here noun or noun phrase is object. Next, object form of the pronoun. Tinku knows, me, us, you, him, her, it, them. So question is who or whom or what. So who does Tinku know? Answer is me, us, you, him, her, them. If the question is what does Tinku know? So answer is Tinku knows it. It's the answer. So me, us, you, him, her, it, them. These are the object form of pronouns. So we can call it to be the object in the sentence. Next thing is infinitive, to infinitive. She wants to go there. To go is infinitive here, to infinitive here. To go there is object here. She wants what? What does she want? Answer is to go there. So to go there is object here in the sentence. So infinitive functions as object in a sentence. Next thing is gerund. I don't like smoking. Smoking is gerund here, ing form. So ing form is gerund here. I don't like smoking. Smoking is a verbal noun. Smoking is a verbal noun. This is gerund. What do you like? I don't like smoking. What don't you like? I don't like smoking. So smoking is the object here. Gerund functions as object in a sentence. Next thing is clause. He said that he had seen me. That he had seen me, it's the clause. It's the noun clause. That clause. Question comes what? You see, she said what? What did she say? What did he say? He said that he had seen me. That he had seen me, it's the object here, a noun clause. A clause functions as object in a sentence. The last one is the adjectives, provided the plus adjective function as a noun. We should help the poor. Poor is adjective, the is the article here, the plus adjective used here. If the plus adjective is used, the same kind of people it refers to. We should help the poor. That means we should help poor people. We should help poor people. Who should we help? Question is who should we help? We should help who? So answer is the poor. So the poor object. These words, these points, noun or noun phrase, object form of the pronoun, infinitive, gerund, clause, adjectives. These words or phrases can function as object in a sentence. Next comes what are the different types of objects. Just there are three types of objects we are going to learn. Although there are so many other types of objects like retained objects, cognate objects, so adverbial objects, but we have to take into consideration these three types of objects. One is the direct object, second one is the indirect object, third one is the object of the preposition. You'll see in the description here. Okay, you'll see in the description object of the preposition. Now comes number one. Whatever the question comes in a sentence, it may be who question, what question or whom question. If there is a single object, if there is a single object in a sentence, it is direct object, only direct object, not indirect object. For example, Ram killed Ravan. Ravan is the object here, single object. Ravan kidnapped Sita. Sita is the object here because whom question comes. Whom did Ravan kidnap? In the first example, who did Ram kill? Ravan is the object here. In the second example, Sita is object here. Ram killed a snake. What did Ram kill? What did Ram kill? So answer is a snake. So in the first sentence, Ravan. In the second sentence, Sita. In third sentence, a snake. These are the objects. Only single objects are in the sentences. So these objects can be called to be the direct objects, not indirect objects. So we have to keep it at the back of your minds. If there's a single object in a sentence, this is called to be the direct object. Number 2. If there are two objects in a sentence, what question stands for direct object? Who or whom question stands for indirect object? We have to remember that. For example, she gave me a pen. Me is the object. A pen is another object, but me is called to be the indirect object. A pen is direct object because for a pen, what question comes? For me, who or whom question comes? See how the question comes? So, who did she give? Who did she give? Whom did she give? Answer is me. What did she give? Answer is a pen. So, as what question comes, this is direct object. As who or whom question comes, this is the indirect object. As there are two objects, we have to say which one is the direct object, which one is the indirect object. We have to remember that when the what question comes, this is called to be the direct object. When who or whom question comes, this is called indirect object. But at the time of a single object in a sentence, this is always what or who question, whatever the question. As we have discussed in the question in point number 1, this is called to be the direct object. Whatever the question comes, who question come or what question come, that doesn't matter. Still, if there's a single object in a sentence, this is called to be the direct object. If there are two objects in a sentence, for who or whom question, indirect object will say. For what question, direct object will say. So second example, I told them a story. Them is one object. Second one is a story. For a story, what question comes? This is called to be the direct object. For them, who or whom question comes? This is indirect object. So how the questions come? We'll see. Who did I tell? Who did I tell? I told them. Answer is them. What did I tell? Answer is a story. So what question? A story. Who or whom question? Them. Them is indirect object and a story is direct object. So now we'll see what are the different positions of object in a sentence. If there are two objects in a sentence, so first one is the indirect object, it's used first, and second one is the direct object, it's used second. In case of two objects, indirect object comes before the direct object in a sentence. You see, different examples are being given here. She gave me a pen. There's no need of explaining which one is the indirect object, which one is the direct object. You see, me is the indirect object, a pen is the direct object. So first indirect object is used. She gave me a pen. Me is the indirect object, a pen is the direct object first. Me second, a pen. First one is the indirect object, second one is the direct object used. Second example, I asked him a question. So him is the indirect object because who or whom question comes. A question is the direct object. So second direct object, first indirect object have been used. He told us a story. Us is the indirect object because who or whom question comes. A story is the direct object. What question comes? So indirect object is used first. Second direct object is used. So first we have to remember, if there are two objects in a sentence, first one is the indirect object, second one is the direct object. They are used in this sequence in the sentence. But an exception is there. We can also use direct object first and indirect object second. So what should be done? If direct object comes before the indirect object in the sentence, to or for is used before indirect object, as you see in the examples. She taught English to the tiny children. So here English is a direct object and the tiny children is a indirect object. Direct object is English, indirect object is the tiny children. But before indirect object, the tiny children, to is used. We have to do that. Second example, bring that book for the boy. Bring that book for the boy. So here that book is direct object. What question comes? The boy is indirect object. This is who or whom question comes. But before indirect object, for is used. Bring that book for the boy. So here for has been used before the indirect object, the boy. Third example, our teacher told a story to us. Our teacher told a story to us. Here a story is the direct object because what question comes here? What question comes here? What did your teacher tell? What did your teacher tell? Our teacher told a story. So a story is the direct object. Us is the indirect object because who or whom question comes. Here us is the indirect object and before indirect object to is used here. We have to just remember that. If direct object is used in the sentence first and indirect object is used in the second, before indirect object we have to use to or for. We have to remember that. Okay. I think definition is not of much importance. It is not at all a crown. If you have understood clearly, no definition for cramming is required. You can form your definition for this as I have made up my mind to tell you at the end. I'll say the definition is it is object in a sentence upon whom a word subject's action falls. It's object. Okay. Thank you for watching and cooperating me and looking forward to your precious responses. Bye bye.